So, today I wanted to talk about attachment styles. And if you're on a journey to be in a sacred union, a twin flame journey, and you're really getting into trouble with runner, chaser dynamic, someone's not showing up for you, or you know that you should be showing up for them because they're an incredible person, but something's blocking you. Or maybe you zigzag between the two styles. So I'm not going to do a lot on attachment styles, but I'm going to say you probably know if you're anxious because you are an anxious attachment style when you are constantly having to sit on your hands so you're not texting them back, or you have to pretend that you're not as needy as you really are, but really you feel like a needy child that wants mama, 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 or daddy, daddy, daddy. And it's very humbling. Sometimes it can be very embarrassing. A lot of my high-end clients who are successful, smart powerhouse women, they are so ashamed to realize that around the person they like, they're like a boy. They're like chasing a boy when they're in third grade with that puppy dog crush type energy, and they can give all of their power away. I'm talking about multiple seven-figure earner women turn into little tiny girls. So if that is you, it is so normal. And for men, it can be the same. It's very embarrassing. So we have to reverse our neediness into having our own needs met and not trying to find that need being met from that other person. That's where working with a guide, doing a lot of self-help, personal development, and just really living your life fully. Like here we are living our dream life on the beach, taking time from work, really taking a lot of self-care time. And those are my needs right now. But in the past, it would be like, I don't need that. I'm going to be a hustle, boss babe. Who cares if my body is falling apart or my mind is falling apart? I need to be successful. So sometimes it takes really asking ourselves, what are our needs? The other piece is for those of you who are either attracted to or you are an avoidant type of attachment style, where if you get bombarded with love, or even if you think someone might like you, you become less attracted to them, you run, and that can create like this runner chaser dynamic. So the avoidance will want to, instead of feel like disgusted, well, they're gonna feel a little bit disgusted, like, oh my God, you're putting all this pressure on me. They'll wanna look at their wound of how, as a child, or where in their blueprint do they feel that they need to meet the needs of somebody in an oppressive way. Like, why does love feel oppressive? And why does it feel more exciting to chase unavailable love? Because avoidant people will often chase avoidant people, or they'll stick it out and feel completely squashed by their anxious person. So basically, if you're looking for a twin flame union, it's about fulfilling your own needs. It's about not feeling like you need to fulfill someone else's needs. And that's where the avoidant person will have to show up and say, hey, my old pattern was to be a people pleaser, or was to feel like I can't be my real self around you and share where I'm at. Sometimes it can be really helpful. Like, I did this before I met my husband, Jack. There was a man that came into my life that I was avoiding. I felt a real connection with him, and I pushed him away. And then finally, at least romantically, I was like, I want to be friends. Finally, he said, look, I can't be friends with you. I'm really into you. And I was like, well, I don't want to pursue that. And then when I finally said no, all of a sudden it opened this portal for me where I was like, actually, maybe I could just try it out. So I started dating him, and it felt terrifying because all of a sudden I had somebody that was really into me, and I was only halfway in. And this probably happens to a lot of people, but it can be a good thing before you are ready for the twin flame union. It's kind of an important phase. So my avoidant self, because I had both anxious and avoidant, I thought I was only anxious, but I had been pushing away good guys for many years. So this really good guy who was anxious, he had so much anxiety that he literally had an anxiety disorder and had to be medicated for it. He'd be really wanting to make sure that I wasn't cheating on him. I'm not a cheater, never have cheated, have no interest, but he'd be like, who are you with? And it drove me crazy because I'm not guilty of doing anything wrong. But what it taught me is I needed to actually hold space for somebody else who was anxious, because I had been that person. And instead of doing what I had done before I was spiritually awake, where I would have just rejected him and been like, there's something so wrong with you, I showed up for the part of myself that knew that that was me. That was my mirror. I was terrified of seeming like a needy little child. And this man, I discovered, had been left by his mom when he was only a few weeks old. She left the country to search for her baby's father, and had left this child. And so he had a totally good reason for his issues. And so we spent the year connecting intimately, physically. We rewired his nervous system, my nervous system. There was a lot of beautiful healing that happened. And I think a lot of us feel like we have to get it right. We have to get our twin flame like hole in one, like a golf, like you just got to like get it. Sometimes we need like a couple different shots to get there, and there's nothing wrong with it, because I really see that ex of mine as a twin flame energy. Even though I used to call it like a twin flame stepping stone, now I'm like, okay, that's not the most enlightened name for a deep love, soulmate connection, soul family. But it was incredibly healing, I think, for both of us. We're both married now, happily married, happy and secure in our attachment. So sometimes to heal our attachment styles, we have to face our demons. And I definitely faced mine. And what was really funny is the reason I didn't want to be with him at first is because I had a crush on this other guy. They're both DJs. And the guy that I had a crush on was like becoming very famous. He was tall. He was like my race. He was very handsome, very successful. And the guy that I dated was someone that I don't normally date, like his race. He had long hair, like these things that I hadn't ever gone for. And he wasn't as successful as a DJ. He was just getting started. Now he's incredibly successful, and I see his stuff like all over the place. But when I felt like, you know what, my heart is wanting to be with the more humble guy, because that's where I'm at. I had been so humbled. I'd been heartbroken by someone who was avoidant, someone who traumatized me, left me like in the moment that I really needed someone. We created a situation together. I was literally on a hospital bed. I got in major trouble due to something we did together. And I had like incredible abandonment PTSD, and it felt so amazing to be with someone that needed me. So not that this is like really a strategy, like find someone who's anxious, who needs you. It's more about like a strategy to look at the twin flame mirror, look at the mirror of like, okay, I'm manifesting someone who's anxious. Why is that? Well, maybe it's time for me to face my anxiety demons. Maybe I've been the anxious person, and it's triggering to me to say to him, hey, like I really feel a connection with you, and I'm not sexually attracted 100%. I said that to several people, including this DJ that became my boyfriend for a year, and we were able to kindle a connection together based on trust and healing. And it wasn't like hot one night stand type of like, I can't, I want to rip your clothes off. It was more of this like deep spiritual love, which was an introduction to a whole new way of being for me, that starseed sensuality, galactic tantric energy. Like it was new to me to have that be based from love. So experiment, explore. It will get you to where you want to go. It's a journey. Even today, I've been married for almost a decade. Hold on. I've been together for almost a decade with my twin flame, my sacred union partner, whatever you call my husband. We've been married for 6 years-ish. And to be honest, every day is a journey. And it comes with growth and confusion. And I still have anxiety, attachment issues, not so much like it was before, but I still have, echoes from the past where demons come out and we don't even know what we're doing. We try and put armor on to cover up and act like everything's fine. And then we realize, gosh, I didn't even know that I put my armor up because my wounded child just jumped in and did that. So keep working on yourself, keep going. I hope this video helped you. Thanks for being here. Namaste, namasko.